me and Statik did a lot of street team promo together before we were established as DJs, and then getting on the radio at the same time, and you filling in for Chubb and me working with Clinton and stuff back in the old Hot 97.7, man. It's been a while though, but congrats. Yeah. New album coming out. Like, talk about this new project.
Balancing act, Black Friday. It was a challenge. I mean, it was a balancing act in itself to get the album done in the midst of 2020 and just dealing with life, and just it's been quite the year, but it's here now, and I'm thankful for it. You know, I'm thankful for everybody involved. I'm thankful for there's some moments on it that wouldn't have happened without, you know, kind of the silver lining in this whole COVID thing. There's some moments on the album that definitely wouldn't have been there if this didn't happen. So I think when people look back at 2020 and you hear these songs, like I think they're gonna leave quite the stamp on what's going on. You're gonna be able to look back at it and listen to it. There's a timeless feeling to it, but the content is timeless on the album as well.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's very, very, very cool to hear you, Nas, and Joey with the Gary Clark thing. Like, talk about this, putting this record together. This is a great This is a great record, man, to set it off.
Yeah, it's like we met back at well, not met, but I'm talking about we linked up at Grammy weekend back in January, and you know, me and Nas were chopping about the album, and I told Joey to come through. He, you know, everybody was out in LA, and we got together, talked about the record really briefly, and we were gonna do it like in the next month, and just the world kind of went down the tubes in the next 30 days, and we didn't get the song till like done till like September. So I was worried about it at a certain point because Nas ended up not really being in New York at all this year, and everything I like had a vision for with certain things in this album didn't get done the way I thought they were gonna, but other things came together. But that song ended up coming out as the first single the way I wanted it to be, and I'm happy with it. So
most definitely, man. Very, very dope, man. Over the last 2 years, you've done a lot of solo projects. I mean, Term, UFO Thief, Paul Wall, Bum B, Millie's, everybody, right? Like, you got some more of these things. I heard about this 2 Chainz album that you guys are sitting on.
That's done for a long time. I think it's next. I think Chainz was waiting to get out of his situation. I'm not sure what's going on with Def Jam right now, but I think he's a free agent now. So
cool.
I think that we've been sitting on that for a while now. But there's a lot of new records that got done. So there's like songs on there that I haven't even heard yet. Like I heard probably 4 new ones last year. So now we just got down, but I'm really excited for that project. It's unlike anything that really people have ever heard.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of his, and even the stuff we've heard that you guys have already done already, he gets into a certain pocket with you where it's very, very, very dope. Who else really good?
The single comes out tonight, Play Around. It's 2 Chainz, Conway, and Killer Mike. And
here we go.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Tonight?
Yeah, midnight.
Dope. Yo, I mean, you're a father. You're in the studio all the time. I understand this, like, dad life is a new life. I have a 6-year-old.
Well, the single dad life is a whole different thing because it's like now when I have my daughter half the week, it's like when I'm with her, and that's it. Like I try maybe an interview or something when she goes to sleep, but for the most part, when I'm with her, and that's it. Like she likes to go to the studio. She's on the album. Like, you know, you might make a little visit or something, but for the most part, I finished this entire album on the days that I wasn't with her. So like,
that's cool.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was out the game. You know, anything I got done was via email or whatever. Like all this whole album got finished in that little small amount of time that I got every week. So
that's cool, man.
But yeah,
I commend you for that. That's not easy. That's not easy to do. You know what I mean?
It's super not. I feel like every curveball that could have got thrown at me this year got thrown at me. So it's like, you know, I'm obviously grateful to be here, and a lot of other people took bigger losses with, you know, a lot of people ain't with us no more. So I can't complain, but it's definitely been a very trying year.
No, I believe that, man. Roc Nation, new situation that you've been under. This is a dream come true for a DJ, and working with Big Homie and everybody involved over there. How did that come to be? Like, how did that come down?
Well, I've been signed to Roc for 3 years now, but I got like kind of a new situation this year where I basically changed my management there, and I'm working with like the higher ups now. And like shout out to Hank, and you know, shout out to Freaky, shout out to Mike Brinkley. Like there's a whole new situation for me there, so it feels like I just signed there this year. But I mean, obviously it's a dream come true to be working with such a brand and everybody up there. The team I have specifically for my projects and stuff is great. Everybody's been really on point, and I'm looking forward to what's next with them. Like we've been doing all kinds of side stuff during this whole time, and you know, it's a great situation up there. They're the best in the game. Bring Mass Appeal and Roc Nation together is cool because they've never done that before. So it's like based, you know, the houses that Jay and Nas built, putting out this project is real cool.
Yo, really, really, really cool, man. Living in Brooklyn for how long at this point? Has it been 16 years?
I've been in New York for 16 years, but I've been in Brooklyn for 13. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Still repping the bean constantly. Love, you know what I mean? Very cool. I saw recently. Yeah, always, no, appropriately. You know what I mean? Doing it right. I see this. They do custom made joints for you. I like that.
Oh, I got the my man Set Free. Shout out to him. But I actually have the Plains hat, the Roc Nation hat. That was supposed to come out with the album, like exclusively with the Static. Yo, you're gonna bug out when you see it. The inside of it, it says 603-978-617-508.
Get out of here.
You're gonna bug out.
Get out of here, bro.
But I wore it a couple times, but that didn't have, like, the one that's coming out has the show off logo, the Static on the back. It's crazy.
I need one of those 603 joints, please, man. Very cool. Yeah, but see, me and Static, both New England guys, but dabbled in Southern New Hampshire early on, and you know, to make it happen like this on a grand scale. I saw a tweet that you put out a couple of weeks ago talking about Dave Chappelle, and recently he crushed Saturday Night Live. But you had some time to hang out with Chappelle over the summer.
Yeah, it was a big part of my summer, man. Like, it really saved me, like, my mental capacity. Like, I was going out to Ohio, and going out there and just being there for what he did this summer. The world really doesn't know about it.
Oh, the performances, all the stuff he was doing?
No, pretty much 5 days a week this summer in a pavilion in the middle of a Christmas tree field. And it was 500 a night, sold out. And, like, every night there'd be surprises. Like, every single night it'd be Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Art, Bill Burr. Like, it was incredible, man. David Letterman. Like, every night there'd be a surprise. And
that's crazy.
I spent about 2 weeks out there, and it split up. Like, I would come home and then go back out. But the energy out there, and then Dave, like, introduced. The first time I went out there, I told Dave about the single with Nas and Joey and Gary Clark. And he's good friends with Nas and Gary Clark. So he was bugging over. He's like, yeah, I mess with Joey too. I don't think they know each other like that. But he was excited for the song. So I was telling him about it, and I was like, well, I got to go back to New York. And he's like, well, hopefully I'll see you soon, man. I'm like, I did. I came back to New York, and, like, the energy, it was just off. I was like, you know what? I'm going back to Ohio. So I went back out to Ohio the next week, and I had the song done. And I told Dave about it when I got back, and we were doing the after party. Every night he does this after party at his shack he has. And he's like, can we play it? I'm like, yeah. I was like, obviously I don't want nobody recording, but that's already a rule out there. Like, you don't.
Yeah, no recording, you
can't even, like, at his shows, they take your phone. But at the actual, actual spot, even in there, it's like, it's an unsaid, it's on the wall, no recording. But like, people pull out their phone. So anyway, he introduced the record, and my man Dom was with me, Dom Dirty, and I was like, yo, and he was standing back of us, and I told him to film it. He's filming it, and Dave's like, we're gonna play this new record, Statik Selektah. Yo, Statik, introduce it. And I introduce it and play it, and everybody's there. Chris Rock was there. Everybody was like going crazy. Questlove, the shit was dope. And I'm playing it, and it was just the moment, right? So the next day, I'm like, yo, send me that clip of Dave introducing the record. My man's like, yo, it wasn't recording. I was like, but yo, that's just the energy in there, basically being like, no recording here. So
wow,
it was a great moment. And then you know, besides that, every night I was DJing, like, the after parties. Dave would grab the mic and start singing. Like, it was just a different. Words can't describe how dope the experience was, man. I'm bored of going back out there. Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Yeah. What do you think it is now? You had said something about Dave. Give me something about Dave Chappelle. Like, we know he's outstanding. He's the GOAT, but, like, something, you know what I mean? Like, what makes this guy so unique, man?
You know what's funny is the last day, I call it the last day of 2020. The day before Kobe died, man, was Roc Nation brunch.
Yep.
And the last two people to walk in the party, it was like everybody had left. There was probably like maybe 40 people left there. out of 1,000, you know? And the last two people to walk in were Rihanna and Dave Chappelle. And I walk over and, you know, I've had many discussions with Dave through the years, but, you know, none of them were like too personal or whatever. Like they were always just good conversations. He's a conversation. Now after the summer, we're good money. That's my dude. But like, this is back in January. And I was like, yo, let me tell you something, man. He's like, what? And I'm like, the shit you say on stage, like, it's like, sometimes I feel like you're me talking. Like, literally, like, you just speak for, like, a whole group of people that think, it's a rare group of people that think a certain way. And I'm like, I love the way you just find the words to say how a lot of people can't say how they feel. And he's like, wow, man. He's like, that might be the biggest compliment I've ever gotten. I was like, well, thank you, man. I was like, and we chopped it up or whatever. But I was like, oh, I'll see you around. He's like, yeah, I think I'll see him later that night or whatever. But fast forward to the first time I went to the Ohio, shout out to Kweli for inviting me out there. So I land out there and I walk in the room and I see him and I'm like, yo, I was like, you know, we gotta turn this around, right? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the last time I seen you was the day before it all ended. And I was like, the last night I seen you was the night before Kobe died, and this whole year just went to shit. And he's like, that's right. He's like, well, hopefully we turn it all around. And like, literally the energy out there just, it really did a lot for me this summer, man. So shout out to him and his whole squad. And
that is dope. That is so dope, man. Yo, Black Friday, balancing act. What number album is this? Is 9?
Nah, it's my 9th solo like studio album. Yeah. It's like my 4th album, but like as far as like Statik Selektah albums, this is number 9. And I had the balancing act as the title before this year began. So it's crazy that it's so relevant right now.
Any advice you could give to a young DJ or a young producer trying to do what you're doing?
Yeah, just find who made you get into this in the first place and who really inspired you to do this, and take your top 3 and put them all together and be inspired by it and just follow it and try to. You never want to copy nobody, but you want to like learn what they're doing and emulate it and then make it yours. And that doesn't come overnight. It takes a while, but just study the game. And a lot of cats come out trying to be. We're in weird times now where. I'll meet a 20-year-old DJ out at the club, and he'll be acting like he's the man and all this. And I'm like, do you even know? Like, when you start having a conversation, within 5 once you can tell if he really, you know, knows about what he's trying to do. And once in a while, there'll be a rare situation where the kid is like got his head on his shoulders. But sometimes, so many people do things in hip hop for the wrong reasons now. And I wish we could weed that out, but it's part of the game.
I feel like we had, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we had pretty good mentors and guys to show us the blueprints in the Northeast of how to get it done.
Yeah, and I pride myself on that too, with like going back to Mac Miller and Joey and these kids that I've had come up through my crib. Like, I remember having those conversations with Mac and him like being like, wow, he's like, I didn't look at it like that, and being like, yo, you have a responsibility, like to really. You know, you blew up off a Lord Finesse beat. Remember that? Like, I told him that. And I was like, just make sure you always give back to and keep going the love you have for it now. And he was always a hip-hop head. And he always did hold it down. I miss that dude. But I had that conversation with Joey very early, too. I was like, I don't even want to keep this, like, going right now. If you're like, looking to, you know, it was when I first met him. I could tell he was authentic as fuck, but I was like, I don't want you to just make this mixtape with Dilla beats and all that, and then next year you're doing all these, like, you know, nonsense and like flavor of the month. And he always he always kept going his music. You know, he's had hit records and all that, but they always had a certain soul to it. And he'll always be on that. Like, now it's beyond saying now. Like, Joey stuck to that fabric of being an MC. So I was proud of him. And, you know, obviously our relationship through the years has always been A1. But I've seen cats come and kind of take advantage of, you know, certain situations. I don't want to call them specifically, but there's a couple big rappers right now that came in the game.
They came in doing one thing, elevated to this point, and then took a left turn.
Call him out without being disrespectful. Drake is someone that I feel like could have gave back a little bit more on the on his influence side. You know, like, could have done more for, you know, Fonte and those dudes, and like at least try to keep the music a certain vibe. Once in a while, he'll make a record with Primo or something like that, and that's cool. But I remember when Drake was knocking on a lot of doors trying to just be that dude.
Hip hop shit.
And I don't even know if like that was even his original vibe. He kind of went to it and came back to it. It's a different story. But
Yeah.
not even with just Drake, but like Chance the Rapper when he came in. Like I watched what he was doing. And now where he went with it, it's like it's interesting because I don't ever see him come back to that ever. And like I feel like that's a balancing act too when you're an artist. You got to kind of keep one foot, no matter how big you get. If you came from that, keep one foot in it. And I just want to see these. And you know, there's a whole bunch of other. I'm not trying to single them out, but there's a lot of times that happen.
Crazy.
And, hey man, it's all good. I can't expect nobody to try to reinvent the wheel times, but just always keep it in you. Like keep it.
Yeah.
Imagine 2003 Peter Parker bumping Through the Wire, and now you hear with like it's like, come on, bro.
No, but okay, there's been points in my career where radio stations want to go this way, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. I have to be me. Yeah, it's tough. Nah, bro. You done a lot, man. Congratulations to you. Still Thursday night, Shade 45, doing your show.
Of course, 16 years now.
Woo. Yo, tune in. Congratulations. Album drops. Black Friday, balancing act. Any other highlights we should know about going into this? Any your personal favorites?
Yeah, the whole thing, man. But I got Jack Harlow sounding like a really serious record. It's probably one of my favorites on the album where he did talking about what's going on in the world, and he really bodied it. The new single with Killer Mike and 2 Chainz is like real dope combination. It got a Get Rich or Die Trying energy to it. The whole album, man. There's a record that is with Bun B and Havoc, and it's about Pimp C and Prodigy, and like it's really about the hook. Like the hook of the record brought that out. Yeah. But it's a real special record to me, so I hope everybody gets to sit with that one. And the whole album, man. There's too many joints to talk about.
Yeah, no, I'm always excited when you put something out and we can play it on the radio and being out here and being able to support it feels really good. You know what I mean? It's like awesome, bro.
Thank you, man.
Man, all love, man. Everybody get ready. Album's coming soon. I appreciate you, man. If you ever need anything, you know where I'm at.
My dude, salute, brother.